In just a few decades, a nation once defined by poverty and political instability has emerged as a global powerhouse. This is the story of how a country, through careful government intervention, turned the tides of history and reshaped its destiny. Bangladesh's transformation is nothing short of extraordinary. But how did it happen? And what does its future hold? Bangladesh's journey begins with its economy, once heavily dependent on agriculture. But change was inevitable, and it all started with government intervention.
After independence in 1971, Bangladesh faced overwhelming economic challenge. The government's initial policies were focused on nationalizing industries and trying to develop that idea on the basic economy. But inefficiencies plagued the system that was based on the 90s. Bangladesh adopted a new reform and also focusing on export all growth in the particularly growth in the garment sector. So this change was monumental.
From an agrarian society to a hub for textiles, manufacturing, and services, Bangladesh's economy saw rapid diversification.
Government efforts to promote exports, particularly in the garment industry, helped catapult the nation's GDP. With the right policies and international partnerships, employment boomed and poverty rates dropped. This wasn't luck, this was strategy.
Political instability marked the early years of post-independence Bangladesh, with military coups and leadership changes stalling economic progress.
So Bangladesh political landscape was turbulent in the early years. Between 1971 and the late 1980s, the constant shifts in leadership left the country without consistent long-term economic policies. When the political stability returned in the 1990s, it brought it with the ability to plan for the future.
With a more stable democratic framework, Bangladesh was able to implement long-term policies that attracted foreign investment and secured economic growth. A key element in Bangladesh's transformation was the establishment of stronger legal frameworks to support business and foreign investment.
The legal reforms were absolutely essential. Before, there was little regulatory support for businesses, and corruption was widespread. But with changes in regulatory policies and efforts to streamline the ease of doing business, Bangladesh began attracting foreign direct investment like never before.
These reforms gave a business the confidence so they needed to invest in Bangladesh. So the government worked hard to create a business-friendly environment, and it paid off.
While economic reforms fueled growth, another pillar of Bangladesh's transformation lay in its investment in education.
So government efforts to improve education, particularly in primary and secondary schooling, have had a profound effect on Bangladesh labor market. The introduction of technical and vocational training programs has also been a game changer, creating a skilled workforce that is very prepared to meet the demands of the global economy.
We often forget that education is the backbone of a nation's economic success, but that is without a skilled and educated workforce. For example, none of these transformations would have been possible.
Bangladesh's transformation didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen by chance. It was a result of a carefully orchestrated series of government interventions. Interventions that reshaped the economy, stabilized the political landscape, reformed the legal system, and invested in the country's greatest resource, its people.
The results speak for themselves. Bangladesh has gone from one of the poorest nations in the world to a global manufacturing leader. With strengths in textiles, pharmaceuticals, and information and technology. So basically, the path ahead is still challenging, but the groundwork has been laid for continued growth.
Bangladesh's story is one of resilience, adaptability, and strategic governance. It's a lesson for other developing nations looking to change their fortune. In the face of adversity, Bangladesh rose. Through government action and the determination of its people, this nation transformed itself, defying expectations and rewriting its future. As we look to the horizon, the question is no longer, can Bangladesh continue to grow? But rather, how far will it go?